of trying to study Shastra, through that understand and get convinced about Paramatma alone as our ultimate goal. While doing so, as ever, we must also pray to the Lord, to the Guru Parampara, to bless us with the continuation of this study of Shastras. We should only day by day grow in our giving time for the Shastras, giving mind for our Shastras, giving our whole heart for the Shastra, through the Shastra to the truth, from whatever the position we are now in. We should grow only, we should never go back or fall down. For this, whatever we have to do from our side, that also we should do. We also have to invoke Bhagavan's Krupa. Bhagavan says, Uddhared Atmanatmanam and Na Atmanam Avasadayet. Pull yourself from the lower to the higher. Don't again yourself go back to the earlier stage of lower level. In this our effort, we seek God's Guru's grace also. Lord, please provide only those inner and outer opportunities for our evolution and see to it that whatever reasons, inner and outer and ourself created, with which we may fall down, they all must be removed. So, in this way, when we are true, sincere in our efforts as well as prayers, then we'll be steady and we'll be steadily growing too. May it happen to all of us with every day's study of the classes. May our vision become more deeper, more clearer, more stronger regarding the truth. May all the suspicions, doubts, ambiguities go away and are replaced by crystal clear understandings, convictions, and inspirations to do the sadhana to reach the ultimate. Like every day, today too, we'll have our Taittiriya Yoga Darshana Mundaka Gita Bhagavatam 10, Bhagavatam 12, Adhyatma Ramayanam, then the Parayanam of the Ashtottarams. In the beginning, also the Aruna Prashna. Let us start. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahma Dibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om Sharusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ भवता जनता सुहिता भविता निजबोधविचारणचारुमते कलयेश्वर जीव विवेकविदौ भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन आज्ञवल्क्याद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातुः अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भागवतदर्शनानुग्रहप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः अद्वैतब्रह्मविद्यायाः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृते कङ्कणबद्धसमस्तसाधकानां सर्वविघ्नशत्रुनिर्मूलनद्वारा शक्तिसम्पदादिवाप्तिद्वारा दिग्विजयप्राप्त्यर्थं विश्वशान्तिकल्याण एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्माकं साधकानाम् अद्य विद्यार्थीनामपि आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्यप्राप्तिद्वारा उपनिषदादि शास्त्राणां विद्यासमये निर्विघ्नदिग्विजयप्राप्त्यर्थं श्री अरुणप्रश्नस्य पारायणं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्यशङ्करभाष्यसमेताध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ अरुणप्रश्नः। Yesterday we saw 100. Now let us chant 101 to 105. ओम अत अरुण प्रश्न ओम ता उत्तरत उपदधाते ओजसा वा एतावहन्तीरिवोद्गतिरिव आकूजतीरिव धावन्ते ओज एवास्योत्तरतो दधाते तस्मादुत्तरोर्ध ओजस्विदरः संभार्या गृह्णाते तामद्य उपदधाते यं वै संभार्याः अस्यामेव प्रतितिष्ठते पल्वल्या गृह्णाते ता उपरिष्टादुपादधाति असौ वै पल्वल्याः अमुष्यामेव प्रतितिष्ठति दिक्षुपदधाते दिक्षु वा आवः अन्नं वा आवः अद्भ्यो वा अन्नं जायते यदेवाद्भ्योऽन्नं जायते तदवरुन्धे तं वा एतामरुणाः केतवो वातरशना ऋषयोञ्चिन्वन् तस्मादारुणकेतुकः तदेशाभ्यनोक्ता केतवो अरुणासश्च ऋषयो वातरशनाः प्रतिष्ठागं शतधाहि समाहितासो सहस्रधाय समिते शतशश्चैव सहस्रशश्च प्रतितिष्ठते य एतमग्निं चिनुते यौ चैनमेवं वेद जानुदग्निमुत्तरवेदीं खात्वा अवाम्भोरयते अपागं सर्वत्वाय पुष्करपर्णगं रुक्मं पुरुषमित्युपदधाते तपो वै पुष्करपर्णं सत्यगं रुक्मः अमृतं पुरुषः एतावद्वास्ते यावदेवास्ते तदवरुन्धे कूर्ममुपदधाते अपामेव मेधमवरुन्धे अथो स्वर्गस्य लोकस्य समष्ट्यै आपमापामपः सर्वाः अस्मादस्मादितो मुतः अग्निर्वायुश्च सूर्यश्च सहस्रञ्च स्करर्धिया इति वायुवश्वारश्मिपतयः लोकं पृणच्छिद्रं पृण ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अत श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदा ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वरिमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत तद्वक्तारमावीत आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ षष्ठोऽनुवाकः। ओम असन्नेव स भवते असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत् अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेद्वेद सन्तमेनन्ततो विदुरिदे तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य अथातोऽनुप्रश्नाः उता विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चन गच्छति। आहो विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुता उ शोकामयत बहुस्यां प्रजा ये ते स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा इदगं सर्वमसृजत यदिदं किञ्च तत् सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्राविशतो तदनुप्रविश्य सच्चत्यच्चाभवत् निरुक्तं च निरुक्तं च निलयनं च निलयनं च विज्ञानं च विज्ञानं च सत्यं चानृतं च सत्यमभवत् यदिदं किञ्च तत्सत्यमित्याचक्षते तदप्येष श्लोको भवते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Salutations to Parabrahma, Shruti Mata, all Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishimuni Guru Devata, especially Vedavyasa Vaishampani Agnivalkya and Adya Shankara Bhagavan, our own Gotra Rishi Guru, and the teachers who are teaching us everything in our life for our growth. We are now the discussion of Sokamayata Bahusyam Prajayeya. These are the three Mula mantras of the Upanishad Mata. Bhashyakara is trying to explain to us, reconciling or keeping in mind all the things talked about Brahmatattva in all the Shastras. So the Sokamayata was objected and it was exhaustively answered. So here again, what is the Kamana of the Parabrahma? Is Bahusyam. So this entire discussion now is the Brahu Bhavanam of Brahman, the Paramatma, how he became many. Even though the word used is became, even though the word used is he has created, they have to be understood not like the milk becoming the curd, not like something we create which is not existing. Though those similar or familiar words are used, but the meaning in the context of Parabrahma creating the world, the meaning of the words are different. So that Bahu Bhavanam is the discussion. Bahusyam and how Prajayeya by being taking a birth or giving the birth. So the one Brahman alone has become many or is born as the world or is created the world. This is how in each of the Shruti or places it is explained. But what exactly happened, if we can catch that, then we are understanding the truth or the reality and its relation with this entire seen world, solid world, substantial world, a really looking world. So we have seen yesterday, Katham ekasya arthantarānupa praveshe bahutvam syat. By itself not at all going through any modification, how it has become many. Arthantara ananupraveshe katham bahutvam syat. How it has become many by itself not undergoing any change or modification. Brahman doesn't go any change or modification that is accepted widely in all our Vedanta Shastra. Is it not? He is an avyaya, he is an avikari. So without changing, without modification, how he became many. Iti uchyate. What is the answer to that? Prajayeya means utpadyeya. So without changing, one Brahman, how he became many? By born or birth. Immediately, Bhagavan, without allowing us to go into misunderstanding, Bhashyakara explains that this birth of the Rupanamatmaka Jagat from the Brahman is not like the birth of the children from the parents. So, nahi putrotpatya iva. Arthantara Vishayam Bahubhavanam. So, the becoming many of Brahman is by birth in the form of Jagat, yet it is not like the children born from the parents, like from mother's womb. When the child is born, totally physically they are different. Not only physically different, as the child grows, the bodies are different, then his ideas, his thoughts, ideologies, everything become different because that jiva is totally different. That's not our topic here, for which this example is taken, even though little bit we touch. If one knows this, will not make issues with the children or parents. We should learn the art of living together independently. Together for the prarabdha and dharma, independently for again one's own evolution. Each jiva is given the field for evolution in this life, talents and opportunities, knowing that we should find what are we given and we should put efforts in our evolution, so to allow others also evolve, whether they are wife or husband or children. That's our Vyavaharika discussion. So here, once born totally separate. In that way is not the birth of the world of names and forms from the Brahman. Then how to understand its Katham Tarihi? This is the $1,000,000 point, which we are last 3 days, every day studying it because it's the most crucial thing. What it is? Atmastha Anabhivyakta Nama Rupa Abhivyaktya. So Atmastha within the self only, Anabhavyakta till that time unmanifested. Nama Rupa of Rupa Nama, Abhivyakti, manifestation. This is how the birth given. This is how the Brahman becoming Bahu. If this clicks as I discussing yesterday, what more is required for us to understand that though the whole world is from the Brahman, yet never separate from Brahman, yet the Brahman has not become anything. All the three. Brahman has not becoming anything, and from the Brahman only everything came, and in and through everything, what is there is Brahman only. खुद कुछ नहीं बदला, सब कुछ उन्हीं से आया है और सब में वही व्याप्त है. These are the very tough riddles, cannot be easily sorted or solved unless this type of continuous, relentless study we do along with prayers to God Guru to give that subtle intellect to understand it, accept it. There are two things. Trying to understand to one level, the intellect takes us to understanding. Beyond that, whether understood or not, it has to be accepted. So, Atmastha Anabhivyakta Nama Rupa Abhivyakta. So, entire Rupa Nama are always inherently in an unmanifested form in Paramatma. Okay. Then that comes into manifestation. That is called as Brahma creating the world, Brahman born as the world, or Brahma becoming many called as Bahu Bhavanam. That Rupa always again later on at the level of Jiva remains objectively. Nama is taken by him subjectively within his own mouth. Otherwise, as we studied thoroughly the Mandukya Upanishad, the Rupa, the Upadana Karana of every Rupa is Brahman only. And again, the Nama also, all the Nama in the world are in the sounds. All the sounds are in A, U, Ma. And all these A, U, Ma sounds are in A Matra. That A Matra is Brahman. So from Brahma Paramatma only, one side Rupa, other side Nama expressing. Where were they without before expression? They were inherently in an unmanifest form, totally. At the totally unmanifest level of Rupanama, pure Brahman alone was there. Now we see the world, it is the manifestation of that unmanifest Rupanama. Because the Rupanama got manifested, Has Brahman incurred any loss? Not at all. Is this Rupanama substantially real, independent of Brahman? That is what just to discuss. No. That is how the difference between the child born to the parents and the world born to the Brahman. Anusyutam. That Paramatma is in and through Anusyuta, in and through the name and form. Totally permeating. We have given too much value to the Rupa Nama, therefore, we are not able to listen, understand, accept the truth, the substratum. So, too, we are very gross in our outlook, therefore, our value is to the grass only. When we, by God's grace, understand and really experience that the subtle is more important and the cause of the grass, not the grass. If that subtle thought also clicks to us, then we start believing the subtle more than the grass. That day, when we start understanding the Sukshma is more real than the Sthula, we are becoming spiritual. For a non spiritual person, the Sthula Jagat, which is perceivable through Indriyas alone, is real. For a spiritual person, none of the Sthula can exist without Sukshma. From the Sukshma, these were unmanifest, now getting manifested. He understands this, then he values the Sukshma only, not the Sthula. That's what real evolution. It takes time. So we are here Atmastha Anabhivyakta Namarupa Abhivyaktiya. Okay. Now this one particular paragraph and the next paragraph, the 3 4 lines are very complete topics or subjects for us to slowly and steadily listen, understand. Let us make ourselves mentally prepared. This particular thing we saw yesterday already. Once more we will see. Then the next paragraph may that summarizing of all that so substantially beautifully done by Bhagavan Adi Shankara. If we all really have that love devotion for the Bhashya and through the Bhashya to the Mula Mantras and the Upanishads Brahma Vidya, and we really put our efforts, we will understand. Once we understand the joy of discovering that truth in our understanding itself is so beautiful. And the truth when it is experienced, अब उस आनंद का कोई ठिकाना नहीं होगा. That's why how they do that. Ahamannam ityadi. Now one by one. First, yada means when Atmaste anabhivyakte namarupe. The Rupanama which are unmanifest in the self. Remember, the Rupanama have not come from somewhere outside the self. Because other than the self, there is nothing existing. Therefore, the Rupanama cannot come from anywhere else other than Atma. Therefore, Atmasthe, Atma ke andar rehne wale. But till the time anabhivyakte, unmanifest, nama rupe, the rupa nama, yada, when vyakriyete, get into manifestation. Vyakriyete here means come into the manifestation from unmanifested stage. Tada, at that time, nama rupe, listen carefully. These rupa nama, which were in unmanifest form, now got into manifestation. Those nama rupe, Atma Sarupa. What is the Sarupa of the Atma of this Rupa Nama? Atma only, the pure self. Atma Sarupa aparityagena eva. Without doing the parityaga or giving up of the self from where this Nama Rupa, which were earlier unmanifest, now they have become manifest. So in the Rupa Nama getting manifested, the unmanifest stage में ये रूप नाम जिस आत्मा में थे उस आत्मा जो इसका एक्चुअल स्वरूप है रूप नाम का उसको त्यागे बिना उसको छोड़े बिना सो टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ वाटर प्लेन वाटर unmoving water rippleless water imagine it first is there any wave rupa wave nama in that water. With naked eye, if you see, it is not there. But it is not there manifest. Inherently, inside the water, there is an unmanifest form of the wave and name and form of the wave. For whatever the reason, that's what Sokamayata. When from within the water only, the waveness, the form, the name wave, they get manifested, immediately try to catch. The name and form wave when it is manifested and conspicuously seen by us is that Rupanamatmaka wave, the lahar, is it bereft of its Atma called as water, or is it along with its Atma, the water? Namarupa are not separately coming and thrown into the space. The wave Rupa, the wave Nama from the water is not thrown into space so that the water is remaining here and Rupa Nama are seen there. ऐसा नहीं है. In that Rupa of the lahar or the wave, name of the lahar, the water is very much inherent. Therefore, Atma Swarupa Aparityagena. Therefore, the world full of whatever is there with name and form, all the names and form of the world, which were unmanifest in Brahman earlier, when they are manifested, in their manifesting time, they are manifesting without doing the parityaga of its essence called as Brahma. These are the few things 10, 12 times when we, with a concentrated, calm, quiet, contemplative mind, when we think, then we can become deeper in our understanding. Pure Satchit Brahma, he is without Rupanama by himself, but all Rupanamas are inherent inside him, and when they are from unmanifest, they become manifest. Then the tentative Jagat is seen, but when the Rupanama manifested, the Brahman is not disappeared, nor Rupanama are without Brahman. The Brahman is in and through permeating in that every Rupa Nama. That Brahman we have to catch. But our attention value when it is on Rupa Nama, we will not have that subtlety to catch that Nama Rupa Rahita Brahma. Therefore, devalue Rupanama at least on the seat of meditation, before and after, before the meditation and during meditation, with that full confident commitment that Rupanama Rahita Brahma, in whom all Rupanamas are unmanifest. When they manifest, it appears as a world, yet in and through the world of Rupanama, that Brahman, immutable, changeless, birthless, deathless, is very much fully permeated. I want to see him. With this strong desire, when we reject Rupanama, try to see there is a chance for us to discover that sublime self in the form of Sat and Chit. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. So, Atma Sarupa Aparityagena Eva Brahmana. So, who is the Atma of this all world? Brahma only. Who is the Atma of all the waves? Water only. So, without giving up its Atma called as Brahma. And when, where, in which situation? That when from the Brahma, Rupanama, when they get manifested, that Brahman is permeated in them still. The answer is कि अप्रविभक्त देश काले. Apravivakta Desha Kala means neither Desha nor Kala can break this relation between the Brahman, the substratum, and the Rupanama which have manifested from it. That in and through the Rupanama, the permeation of the Brahman is at all places, at all times, sarvavasthasu, in all situations. Sarvavasthasu. Vyakriyate. That's how the all Kala, Desha, in the Desha Kala, all the Rupanama, every one of them were unmanifest in Brahma. When they get manifested, Brahman is very much inherently them in them as their Atma. Like the water is very much inherent in the waves as the Atma in such a way that when the water is taken away, you can't even imagine to have wave. Having said so, sarvavasthas vyakriyate tada. That is called as be attentive. Tat nama rupa vyakaranam brahmanaha bahu bhavanam. In this way, in no other way, in this way, expressing as nama rupa is called as Brahma becoming many. So, what is his desire? So kamayata. What is his desire? Bahusyam. Bahu means prabhutam. Syam means bhavanam. Is it not? Syam means bhaveyam. So, Brahmanaha bahu bhavanam is in this way. Brahma becoming many is this way. Whether you call Brahman created, Brahman became, Brahman expressed, Brahman manifested, all of them are words, languages. Okay. But in and through all words, languages, what we understand is this. First, pure Brahman, no Rupa Nama. But within him, entire worlds, Rupa Nama, are in an unmanifest form. So he has done the Kamana that I want to become many. So when he has done the Kamana, I want to become many, yeah, he became many. And how he became many? How is that Brahma's Bahubhavanam in this way? What is the two, three things there? One, the unmanifest Rupanama got into manifestation. Second, when the Rupanama got manifested, the Atma Swarupa of this Rupanama, called as Brahman, is never separated from nor non existing in that Rupanama, but it is fully permeated. That is in Sarva Kala, Sarva Desha, Sarva Avasthasu. At all times, places, and situations, in every Rupanama, the substratum called Brahman is fully inherent in the two. Again, the repetition, because the value is given to Desha Kala Rupanama, we are not able to become subtler enough to understand and on the seat of meditation realize that substratum, the Brahman. And never ever the substratum, the Brahman, is experienced or seen as anatma or an object other than us. It will be realized as subject, our own self. Keep in mind these very salient thoughts because in the effort of truly transcending Rupanama to see the Brahman, when you try to see it objectively through senses or the conceptualized through the intellect, we will never reach to it. That experience finally of the Brahman is only as the self. But at the level of understanding, for the sake of understanding, this is how from the Brahman the world manifested without Brahman being absent from that manifestation. In that Rupanama alone is Srishti, other than Rupanama, Srishti Namaka, independent कुछ और है नहीं चीज, and Rupanama are only of Brahman, on Brahman, from within Brahman. Therefore, Brahman named, formed is the world. That Brahman, when it is caught by the great Bhaktas like Prahlada as Hari or Narayana or as Tulsidas as Ram, they say, Siya Rama me sab jag jani. Or Prahlada says, everywhere. What is there is that Narayana alone. Other than him, what else is there for you to see? How can you are seeing something else and not Narayana? Is it not? How can you see the wave and not the water? How can see ornaments and not the gold? Wherein, in and through that golden ornament, behind its name and form, supporting that name and form, is purely eternally existing is that gold. So seeing Rupanama and not gold is Thola Drishti. Ability to see the gold and go through even seeing the ornament is the Sukshma Tattva Drishti. So our problem no more now is with Rupanama. Our problem now is not even problem, it is pursuit is to see that Brahma who is behind Rupanama. अब उसके ऊपर हमारा दृष्टि होना है. Let's not struggle anymore as we have done so far with the world of names and forms and the thoughts formed in the mind because of the names and forms or any of perceptions. Let us our focus be on the substratum. That is a true spirituality. True pursuit of spirituality is never to worry about Maya and Maya Krita Aneka Aneka Rupa Namatmaka Jagat. The real spirituality lies in trying to discover the pure self. It's called Atma Anveshana, Atma Jnana, Brahmanveshana, Brahma Jnana, Brahmatmaikya Bodha. There's nothing to do with the Jagat, Rupa, Nama, Jiva. ये कोई भी वहाँ जरूरत ही नहीं है. Think about it little bit. Then this is called as tada tat nama rupa vyakaranam brahmanah bahubhavanam. In this way, Brahman wanted to become many and became many in this fashion. So simple. From within, the unmanifest rupa nama are manifested. When the nama rupa are manifested, inherently, in and then rupa nama as its atma sarupa, Brahman is very much there. Everything is so. Then a wood given a roof of a door, called a name as door, appearing as a door without losing its substratum called as wood. Is it not a cotton given a rupa the thread and cloth, given a name thread and cloth, without losing the cottonness in it is called as the manifestation of cloth from the cotton. Is it not everywhere so? So too, let the world be in its micro or macro level, Veshti or Samashti. Let the world be in its Sthula or Sukshma or Karna level. Let the world be in the millions of varieties level. Never mind. All of them have manifested from their unmanifest stage from Brahman alone. Point 1. 2. Even after their manifestation, Brahman is very much inherently there in them. In the moon, the Brahman is there because the moon is nothing but the Rupa Nama given at a specific point of Brahman alone, or the unmanifest Rupanama expressed as manifested Rupanama of Chandamama without Brahman being absent from that Chandamama. So to the Surya, so to the Nakshatra, so to the Grahas, so to the Bhumandala, so to all the trees, plants, mountains, rivers, oceans, so to birds, animals, human, so to all the objects which we see and the space between all the objects. All of them are manifestation only of Rupanama of the Parabrahma, which were inherent in him and manifest at the time of no creation. Now the creation is from this, there's nothing called as creation. Only manifest to unmanifest, unmanifest to manifest. That's it. Is it not? In that unmanifest to manifestation form, be attentive. A particular manifested thing, when we give undue value and importance and reality to it, what is the undue value, reality, importance given is it should continue as it is. That is called samsara because it will not continue. It need not, because things can be better than that. The rigidity that it should continue is samsara. The moment you drop it, you are liberated. It is in our hands. It is in our hands, in our interest, that drop that rigidity, that whatever is manifest should continue. That rigidity, when you drop that very moment, the realization or the solution problem comes even in the word. Like yesterday, somebody was loving to me. Today he is not. Then I become miserable. Why? Because I wanted him to continue the yesterday's lovingness to me today also. That rigidity made me miserable today. If I have accepted Mano, ki nobody remains same, every moment it changes, every day emotions, knowledges are changing. That is how the whole world is evolving. If I accept this basic principle and drop that rigidity, that as he behaved yesterday in a loving manner, he should do today also, That rigidity when dropped, even it doesn't behave, then I'm not disturbed. I'm not disturbed because this is how it is. And we are also the same. Are we loving the people same way every day? Impossible it is, and not necessary also. In the same way, what remains stable, stationary is Parabrahman. Therefore, you want a stable, stationary thing, hold on to Brahman, and it is blissful too. Don't try to make the unstable, non stationary, ever changing anything, the Rupa Nama or mind or emotions, to stay stable. Then we are samsari. Samsari is he who the unchanging Paramatma he doesn't want to identify with, and the changing world he doesn't want it to change. These two put together is a struggle. Struggle is samsara. And the struggle continues as struggle without giving substantial result. Therefore, samsara is eternal as long as we struggle for the impossible. And how to drop that misery? By dropping the struggle. What is the meaning of dropping the struggle? Dropping the struggle for impossible. What is impossible ko drop karna? Changing thing, accept as changing, unchangeable Brahman, realize it as our own self. Finish. And the rule is what? Anything gets manifest will have to go into unmanifest. This is how it is. And again it comes back in another form. Like the body manifests. Today Ramji will tell to Tara in our Ramayana class. Body is manifested Panchamahabhuta. It will have to go back. Those Panchamahabhutas again will express as body. Need not be this. And why we should hold on to this? What is the beauty in it? Are there not the better, beautiful, great bodies than this? Yeah. Then why hold on to this? That rigidity, if you can drop, you are realized at that very moment. Therefore, Brahmanaha antastaha anabhivyakta namarupanam vyakaranam eva Brahmanaha bahubhavanam Brahmanaha jagadrupena utpatti Brahmanaha jagat srushti, whatever you call. भगवान से सृष्टि बना या भगवान सृष्टि के रूप में एक्सप्रेस हुए हैं, भगवान ने सृष्टि को उत्पत्ति किया है, whatever words you say, actual thing happening is without Brahman changing even an iota, within him the unmanifested Rupanama now get manifested. That's it. And in and unto that manifested Rupanama, Brahman is there. And when the Rupanama dissolve, what is left of Brahman is already there, always there. And that Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. That Satyam Jnanam Anantam of the first Anuvakam, only when that is thoroughly understood, that all this will become clear. That's why that Anuvaka we spent a good amount of time. If required, once more we can study or you can do your homework, because entire crux is only on that. How to prove or understand Brahman being Satyam Jnanam Anantam. उसको पकड़ लिया ना तो सब आ जाता है वेदांत का. On the basis of that only all this is developed. How Satyam is proved? By saying Satram is Rutam, Rutam is not Anrutam, Anrutam is changeable. Therefore, everything changeable is Asatyam. Therefore, only changeless thing is Satyam, or that which is changeless is called Satyam. Therefore, Satyam, which is changeless, can be caught only when changeful are dropped. That's how we discussed. So, to the Gnapti Swarupa, that pure Gnapti which has never become the Gnatru Gnana Gneya Triputi. And Anantam is what? Which has got no Anta of any sort in it, even as Gnatru Gnana Gneya Triputi. It is beyond that. It is Anantam. Kala, it cannot end it. That's called Brahman, we discussed. Now, these are all not perceivable objects. Is it not by senses? Intellectually also, to some extent, necessarily a concept is formed which is required for understanding. But Brahman with the Satyam Jnanamanantam Lakshana is not intellectual concept. It is the reality. In fact, that is our true essential self and nature. On the seat of meditation, this concept, which is clearly understood, that the Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam, is experienced as our own self. That is called Vedanta. That is called as Moksha. That is called as Brahmanubhuti. That's called as transcending all Ishvara, Jiva, Jagata existence and their Bheda, their mutual quarrels, their manifestation and manifestation, their comparison, their competition, their struggles, their distraction with each other, all that gamut of samsara in which we are now will all be transcended, left behind when that Satyam Jnanavanantam Brahman on the seat of meditation is realized and experienced as our own self. This is our goal. So kamayata bahusyam prajayeya. Three words by our Shruti Mata, and how crystal clear explanation by our Bhashyakara. How kind he is, Karunamaya. So tada anavavyakta namarupe vyakriyate is called as Srushti. Therefore, tada atat namarupa vyakaranam brahmanaha bahubhavanam. Now, to substantiate this, in this way, the Brahman is becoming many or created as many or gave birth to many, all these answers are wrong. The right answer is appearing as many. One very crucial thing without which this topic is incomplete is in and through every Rupanama, what is there is the Brahma Tattva only. And the Rupanama are a Vilakshana Vishayas, unmanifest and manifest. They have no substance of their own. That's why that Alata Shanti is explained to us. When that Alata is seen by us, that Mashal se, Gumane se, that different shapes, they don't have substance in them, Baba. फिर भी दिखते हैं वो. So to Rupa Nama don't have their own substance. The substance for them is the substratum only. That is Parabrahma. This is to be kept in mind very, very importantly. Now, having positively said this way, to substantiate it, so the other side of it is said, ki, if not this way, that from the unmanifest Namarupa, the Namarupa got manifested, this way of the creation happened. If this is not accepted this way, then what will happen? Anyatha, na anyatha, niravayavasya brahmana bahutva apattihi. Otherwise, the Brahman who is without avayava cannot be broken into parts and created as many. Second, upapadyate alpatvam va upapadyate. So, Brahman being niravayava, therefore, neither he can be made into parts nor the alpatvam in the Brahman can be created. Every Rupanama have avayavas. Every Rupanama has got alpata. Brahman is Niravayava. From the Niravayava Brahma, how can the Avayayukta Rupanama and Alpa Rupanama can manifest really, can be get created really? It cannot be created really. It is only manifestation and manifestation. In other words, appearance and disappearance. It appeared but not real. It's projected and not real. Brahman being Niravayava, how can he become many? How can that many become smaller, smaller? Alpatva means every Rupanama is Alpa in this Jagat. Even Lord Surya is very Alpa. He in the infinite space is not even a speck. Is it not? The entire galaxy is also not even specks in the entire space. But imagine this beautiful example of space only. So many these stellar things called as galaxies, suns, moons, and all, are they all not the grossification of space only? Is not the space inherently permeating in all of them? Are not all these things continuously entering into the space and disappearing called as black hole? And again, are they not coming manifested? Science ने बताया है सब. There is a black hole into which Galaxies are entering to disappear. And again they are getting manifested. At this very moment, somewhere in space, a huge solar system itself is getting dissolved into unmanifest. In another place, a huge solar system is being created, expressed. Like from an ocean, the big tides are manifested at one place. On the place, the expressed tides are dissolving. Is it not happening? Like in a huge tree, tender leaves are coming. In the same tree, other part, the dried leaves are falling away. There is a fruit getting ripened at place. On the place, the ripened fruit falling from the tree. There is a bird born just now breaking out of its shell. On the place, the bird is dying. Is it not? In my mind also, thoughts are born, thoughts are going. In my own indriyas, perceptions are born, perceptions are going. All of them are happening in Parabrahma only without changing him. Again, being because our attention is on Upadhis and Upadhi perceiving Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, that we are not able to see that abundantly available Parabrahma or Paramatma or Brahma Tattva. जैसा हमारा दृष्टि दृष्टि रूपनामा तक है, इसलिए हमको जगत दिख रहा है. हटाओ वहां से दृष्टि और दृष्टि उसके आत्मा पे ले जाओ. अदर देन ब्रह्मन वी डोंट सी एनीथिंग. When the drishti is on the waves, only waves of different size, shape, of their birth, movement, change, death we see. हटाओ दृष्टि वहां से. Look at the substratum of any one wave. What you see is nothing but water alone. This is called Vedanta. This is called as Tattva Jnana. Tattva का ज्ञान, ब्रह्म का ज्ञान, आत्मा का ज्ञान, स्वरूप का ज्ञान, सत्यता का ज्ञान. शब्द कुछ भी यूज करो, एक एक जगह एक एक शब्द. But the essence is this only. This we have to realize. For that, all the gross, subtle, we should be able to give up. ग्रॉस सटल कॉजल कार्य कारण सब छोड़ देंगे, तभी जाकर उनके अतीत परमात्मा जो न कारण है न कार्य है, सब उनके अंदर मिथ्या माया से हो रहा है, उसका अनुभव हमको होता है. Therefore, now the other topic is not touched here. कि if Brahman alone is there in every Rupa Nama, where from the Rupa Namas are there then? That's called Maya. That topic is not touched here, some other place. Is it not? If Brahman alone is there in every Rupa Nama, where do they stand in those Rupa Namas? Though it is said it is from the unmanifest, that unmanifest is called Avyakruta, that Avyakruta is called Prakriti, Maya. That is called inherent Shakti of Paramatma. So the inherent Shakti of Paramatma called as Maya is nothing but the unmanifest of everything. In the pure Paramatma, even that also unmanifest. But when Bhagavan does the creation Sankalpa, so Kamayata, then that's what we saw in Bhagavatam and all, that he becomes aware of his power. You know, in Mundaka Upanishad, 7-8 days we discussed this. How the Srishti came. Then Aksharat, Purpartap Aksharat, Sambhavati, then Tapasa Chiyate Brahma, Tatonnama Vijayate, Annat Prano Manah Satyam, Lokaha Karma Susamritam. While discussing this shloka with Bhashyam, all these topics have come. Here also, so Kamayata Bhashyam, it has come. Even in other Upanishads also we saw that Brahman, when he had Sankalpa to become many, he became aware of his power. That power he gave Chavi. That power on Brahman manifested the entire world of Stula Sukshma Karana as well as Vyashti and Samashti with Ananta Rupa Ananta Nama. See, Ananta Rupa Ananta Nama Adimula Narayana. आदिमूल नारायण ही अनंत रूप अनंत नाम में एक्सप्रेस हो रहे. दैट नारायण इन भक्ति शास्त्र is called as Brahmatattva in Vedanta Shastra. See, अन्यथा न अन्यथा निरवयवस्य ब्रह्मणः बहुत्व आपत्ति उपपद्यते. alpatvam va upadyate. Otherwise, the Brahman who being without avayava, he can never become many, nor he can reduce to smallness. The whole world is many, and also he is the world is small, limited. Brahma is avayava rahita, like a wood. Inherently, it is having avayavata in it. That's why you can cut that wood and make it as a upar ka slab, niche ke char pav, then you can call it as a table. Is it not a gold as it's an avayava inside? That's why you can break that into pieces and make into different required parts of a particular ornament or idol. In this way, ब्रह्म में डिवाइड होने का अवयवता है ही नहीं. And the gold or the wood, because it is having avayava, not only it is broken into many, but it can be sized also to big and small. Is it not the big stool if you make the big plank and big legs? Very small one, oh, the small plank and small legs. Why? Because the wood inherently has partability, ability to get departed or made into parts. That's how we are watching it, seeing it. In Brahma, this is not there. It is not a cuttable into pieces by any of the media or any of the instruments. Then if it's not cuttable, then how is becoming or appearing as small, even microorganisms, big elephants, and many in him only in this way. What way? Unmanifest Rupanama, expressing manifested as Rupanama. That's it. Brahman is neither coming nor going, nor broken into small or big, nor made into many. At the cost of his own universal oneness. सो जो एक्चुअल चीज जैसे का वैसा है, फिर भी उसके ऊपर सारे अनेकता दिखता है, उसी को मिथ्या कहते हैं, उसी को प्रोजेक्शन कहते हैं. देखो, द होल वर्ल्ड इज प्रोजेक्शन ऑन परमात्मा फ्रॉम आवर साइड. फ्रॉम ब्रह्म साइड, unmanifest Rupanama got manifest. That's it. Except Rupanama, nothing of the Brahman changed. Brahman always remained. And that Brahman is inherently there in every Rupanama, in every Desha, every Kala, every Avastha. When you catch that Brahman, and from that point, when you look back, then you see that Brahman alone is there, formed, named in the form of universe. In whatever the form, what is the name, it is manifest. No problem, because it is not permanent, it will go to unmanifest. And when the manifestation and manifestation of the Rupanama are happening, nothing is happening to Brahma. Therefore, the play of Rupanama, Bhagavan is enjoying in this world. सृष्टि मतलब रूप नाम के रूप में व्यक्त होना, ऐसा भगवान मौजा कर रहे हैं अपने आप को जैसे वैसे रखते हुए. He is not losing by expressing as Rupanam. He is inherent. Same. Okay. यथा आकाशस्य अल्पत्वं बहुत्वं च वस्तु अंतरकृतम् एव. Akasha never becomes big or small. The big space, small space are because of the upadhis which are kept in the space only and conditioning the space for the onlooker who looks through the upadhi. But otherwise, the real space has never suffered the loss, nor suffered the manyness, nor suffered becoming small. Only through the upadhis we may look at it like that. Means our drishti, when through upadhi, then it appears that the space has become smaller, bigger, etc. Appears only, but actually never ever hall space become hall space or bedroom space or kitchen space or washroom space. एक एक अपने साइज में कम 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 है, ऐसा नहीं बना स्पेस. जैसा का वैसा है. but your दृष्टि is on the walls. If the walls made are of 4 by 6, you call it a washroom. If the walls made of the 10 by 14, of 12 by 14, you call it as a kitchen. It made by the 16 by 20, you call it as a hall. वॉल उपाधि के कारण स्पेस को बड़ापन छोटापन दिख रहा है बिना हुए. Without becoming small or big or divide into many, the space is appearing so because of upadhi. In the same way, Look at the manifested Rupanama Drushti say, it appears, but Brahman by himself has never suffered Bahutvam nor Alpatvam. Manyness नहीं हुआ उनमें, अल्पता भी नहीं हुआ, छोटापन. सो यथा आकाशस्य अल्पत्वं बहुत्वं च वस्तु अंतरकृतम एव. Akasha becoming many and appearing as a smaller, etc. only because of the upadhi. Okay? Ataha, therefore, tatadvarena eva atma bhavati. As we discussed so far, in that way only the Atma or Brahma appears to be many. Whether you call it as appearing as many, whether it's called as manifesting as many, whether you call it as a given birth to many, or whether you call it as created as many. आप कोई भी word use करो, if you don't get confused, then you are safe. Many a time words confuse us. Like when you have love for your friend, you don't get confused about his love to you, whatever the word he uses. He will come to अरे इधर आ रहे, you will say. कभी you will respect also, अरे महात्मा जी थोड़ा आ जाओ. Sometimes he call अरे बेवकूफ. Sometimes he say you are useless. He say you are a donkey also he will say. In so many words, you don't misunderstand because you know he loves you. Is it not? But the moment you doubt his love or there is no such relation, how can you give a key to the dawn? करके you fight with that fellow only. मैं डॉन हूँ, तुमने की लगा के मेरे को डोंकी बना दिया. I don't accept it. We fight. Not even the looks of other person of disapproval, we tolerate when there is no faith that love is there. In the same way, the truth, when recognized, then all the words, etc., will not disturb our understanding. Each guru at different places, different wordings they used. ब्रह्म ने परमात्मा ने जगत को क्रिएट किया, जगत के रूप में मैनिफेस्ट हुए, जगत को उत्पन्न किया. कुछ भी हो, द मेन थिंग इज नॉन अनमैनिफेस्ट इनहेरेंट रूप नाम गॉड मैनिफेस्टेड विदाउट losing Brahma, its essential nature, to be one without second and infinite. The one without second has not lost to become many, nor the infinitude is lost to become small. Its anantata, it is ekata, is kept intact. In that, anekata and small bigutta are only imagined because of the Rupanama. Rupanama always are from inherent unmanifest stage, they just got manifested. That's creation. Contemplate on this till the hesitating mind intellect to accept these things goes away. Is it not why doctor tells 10 times medicine our hesitation को निकाल देंगे. Then you are satisfied after 5 or 6 or 7 rounds. Then yeah, then doctor sahab, I'll go for the treatment, I'll take this thing. Then you agree. Till that time there was doubt, suspicion, hesitation, questions and all. So to right now we have doubt, question, suspicion about the Brahman alone is reality. Rupanama from its own inherent place have come to manifestation. They don't have their own independent existence. In and through every Rupanama, whether you see or not, permeating is the same Brahman. 100 times when you listen, these hesitations, doubts, etc. go away to accept the presence of infinite Brahman everywhere. And focus on that. Why worry on Rupanama? Let them come and go. When the main investment of the salary is intact, on that the Rupanama come and go, how does it matter? If it is we are mattering it or valuing it, therefore it is troubling us. Yes, somebody said something meaningless. If you value it, then you react and there's a fight. If you don't value it because you know the fact, you will not argue. And if the person is little better related, then you just in a healthy manner, you said this and that, but I have this feeling or experience or opinion. I just want to present in front of you. Please you rethink and come to your correct decision. The other fellow also says, Are really, or I didn't look from that angle. Now I saw it, it is right. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. He says, What misunderstanding? It happens to everyone, never mind. Now the thing is understood. No, yeah. And whenever I also do such mistake, please don't hesitate to put in front of me the correct data for analysis, understanding, and come out of misunderstanding. See? How simple the life. If you have little common sense, very little wisdom, and zero ego. It's all. That's it, life. Both the samsara life of fighting between wife and husband or the whole samsara of running behind रूप नाम, इतना ही है वो, थोड़ा समझ लो सब निकल जाता है। एक स्विच डालो, इतना बड़ा लाइट आते ही सारा अंधकार दूर हो जाता है। नाउ कम्स नेक्स्ट टॉपिक। नहि आत्मनः अन्यत् अनात्मभूतं तत् प्रविभक्त देशकालं सूक्ष्मं व्यवहितं विप्रकृष्टं भूतं भविष्यद्वा वस्तु विद्यते। हम्म, हम्म। This next para, one para we told you, आत्मस्थ अनभिव्यक्त नाम रूप अभिव्यक्ति एव ब्रह्मणः बहुभवनम. That is to be mastered. So much mastered that any object you see must be revealing to us Brahman intellectually. On the seat of meditation, transcend the Rupanama value given. Rupanama is nothing but thought. When you drop that thought, we experience our own conscious self. This is another way of dropping thought, that is going into sleep. Not that dropping. कॉन्शियसनेस में ये थॉट हिल रहा है, ये थॉट के ऊपर हमारा इंटरेस्ट है. व्हेन यू ड्रॉप द इम्पोर्टेंस गिवन टू द थॉट, then that consciousness which gave birth to the thought, which is giving substance to the thought, which is bathing in the light of consciousness, the light consciousness which is bathing this thought, that is experience. That is why whole yoga shastra is to do vritti nirodha, so that the pure consciousness is experienced as our own essential true nature or self. एक बार उसको पकड़ लिया, बाद में आओ खेलो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Now this topic, where nahi atmanah anyat atmanah anatmabhutam tat pravibhakta desha kalam sukshmam vivahitam viprakrustam bhutam bhavishyadva vastu vidyate. If this line is understood thoroughly, you have realized, at least intellectually. Today I'll tell the literal meaning. Tomorrow, step by step, we'll try to repeat it. Here, nahi, he means verily, he means indeed, he means of course. Of course, na means never. What is that? Atmanaha anyat, something other than the self. Anatma bhutam, the not self. Tat pravibhakta desha kalam, divided into desha and kala and kept away in desha and kala from the Brahman. Sukshmam, subtler than Brahman. Vyavahitam, which is separated from Brahman. Vyavahitam, or hidden from the Brahman. Viprakrustam, kept away from the Brahman. Bhutam, past. Bhavishyat, future. Va vastu vidyate. That's how there is no vastu which fulfills all these things and thus other than apart from Brahman. ब्रह्म तत्व के अलावा कोई ऐसा वस्तु जो ब्रह्म से हटकर है, पास्ट में या प्रेजेंट में हो या दूर में हो या पास में हो या छुपा हुआ हो या सूक्ष्म हो या स्थूल हो या वर्ण से अलग हो ब्रह्म से, ऐसा कोई वस्तु होने का चांस ही नहीं. दैट इज वाई द सेम थिंग पुट इन ए सिंपल मैनर इज एवरीथिंग इज दैट ब्रह्मन ओनली, देयर इज नथिंग अदर देन हिम. If this can be resolved, that confusion in the heart regarding the reality of manyness, when it goes away, entire edifice of samsara collapses from the basement only. संसारा पूरा बेसमेंट के साथ डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा. इसके बाद even if you want to hate somebody, you can't. Even if you want to fight with someone, you cannot. You can have no likes or dislikes. You can never desire anything. Therefore, you can never become miserable. हाँ, for one reason you can become miserable, that यार मैं क्यों miserable नहीं बन रहा हूँ. That also you will enjoy. Because there's nothing real other than Brahma. And Brahman is me. Eternal, immutable, changeless, birthless, blissful it is. Even intellectual knowledge also, by dissolving wrong intellectual concepts, eliminates all dukkha born because of those wrong intellectual concepts. And when that intellectual concept of Brahma Sarvatmata is practiced in the world, you will see the beautiful results of the reflected Ananda coming in us, that you start loving the whole world because Brahman. And then even that outer practice is stopped and inside we dissolve these Rupanamadi and discover our essential nature. Ab oha, oha, o ki tarah, other words cannot come. That's why it's called Mukha Swadanavatu. The joy of the Brahman is like a dumb fellow given a very delicious sweets, fruits, something to it. He ate them. Now, pucho kaisa hai? It will be impossible for him to tell. He's experiencing, but there are no words which can explain that experience. So too, the bliss of Brahman is so experiential, can't be put in words. So ahamannam, ahamannam, ahaman. He talks like a pagal. Pagal from our standpoint. Then next one is atah nama रूपे सर्वावस्थे ब्रह्मणा एव आत्मवती न ब्रह्म तदात्मकम ते तत्प्रत्याख्याने नस्तः एव इति तदात्मके उच्यते ताभ्याम च उपाधिभ्याम ज्ञातृज्ञेय ज्ञान शब्द अर्थादि सर्व संव्यवहार भाग ब्रह्म. There is no complete explanation about the relation between relationless relationship between Brahman and the Rupanamatmak Jagat than this in any place. If it all is there, it should be like this only. This is the masterpiece of Bhagavan Shankara. अगर इसको पकड़ लिया ना, no need of any other Upanishads further study. It's only details and elaboration. इसको पकड़ लो तो खत्म. Yeah, Swamiji, इसको हम समझने के बाद can I leave the class? Yeah, you can. As if you are asking my permission every day. But abide in this knowledge. I'm so fascinated by this topic. I'm afraid कि ये खत्म हो जाएगा, इसलिए धीरे धीरे कर रहे हैं. और इन दोनों में ही सब कुछ है. And don't stop me if I repeat it once or twice or thrice, because in this only the essence is hidden. Let us not be satisfied superficially by superficial little feeling or understanding. Let us deeply get convinced. Till that time, repeatedly let us study, listen, contemplate on these explanations given by Bhagavan Shankara, in which the relationless relationship between Parabrahma Tattva and the Rupanamatmaka Srushti once for all, crystal clearly, unambiguously put in front of us. Now see our luck and see the grace of God and Guru. What a sublime knowledge we are given a chance to listen to. And those who don't use it, what can we do? You few, two of you or three of you, being very regular, Bhagavan is blessing you with this clarity now. सिर्फ भगवान एंड गुरु एंड श्रुति माता की कृपा. अब पोल खुल गया अभी. सारा सृष्टि रूप नाम है. सारा रूप नामक सृष्टि परमात्मा में पहले अनमैनिफेस्ट था, अब अनमैनिफेस्ट मैनिफेस्ट हुआ. और इन दैट आवर इवनिंग भागवत क्लास व्हेन वी स्टडी द नित्य प्रलय, अब ये भी फुल क्लियर हो जाएगा कि एवरी टाइम थ्रू आउट द वर्ल्ड सम और द अदर प्लेस द मैनिफेस्ट रूपनामा इज गोइंग टू अनमैनिफेस्टेशन and the unmanifested Rupanama expressing manifested, yet nothing is happening to the Brahman. You can imagine that ocean. Inside the ocean, millions of Rupanama are there unmanifest. One by them are manifesting and going unmanifesting, and on the surface in the form of waves and tides. Picturize that. If you can picturize it, then you can picturize. This is how from pure Satchidananda Brahma, Rupanama are manifesting, going. Without disturbing the substratum called as water, there Brahman here. कि ना ओशन के अंदर कोई लहर नहीं है, बट सरफेस में इतने सारे. कहाँ से आ रहे हो? बाहर से आ रहे हैं क्या? वेयर फ्रॉम द वेव्स आर कमिंग? वेव नेम, वेव फॉर्म, नॉट फ्रॉम एनीवेयर, फ्रॉम ओशन ओनली, इनसाइड, फ्रॉम इनसाइड ओनली. And where are they going back? Again into it only. Again manifest. And then what is it? The unmanifest manifestation of the Prapancham is a Leela of Paramatma. Why? It is infinite Shakti. That's it. Difference between ocean and the Paramatma is from the ocean when the waves come, they look all alike. Little size, shape different. But from Brahman, when the world comes, it is million varieties. Millions of varieties. Yesterday we discussed it at length. That is his beauty and its glory. Ocean, when it waves only as water, not as a gold or not as anything else. But when Brahman waves, he will wave as a gold, silver, all dhatus, all the mud, all the trees, plants, animals. In every Rupanama, he is waving. And every one of them are again going back into unmanifest only. Again to manifest. Will the same thing manifest or not? फर्क नहीं पड़ता करे या ना करे. When that substratum is understood, these questions become less important. Then the answer is not so important. You understand? Like same buffalo who died. Will it be born same? When it is a manifestation from unmanifest and gone to unmanifest, it may or may not. That question becomes unimportant. हो भी सकता नहीं भी क्योंकि even it gets manifested again it will go to unmanifest. Swamiji will say buffalo will come, but it has gone. No, या फिर से जाएगा वो. फिर आएगा क्या? आएगा. जाने दो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? He'll be the same world created in the next cycle. Yeah, but remember again, as this cycle this world is dissolving in pralaya, that also will resolve. Our focus should never be on this. Focus should be on the truth realities of strata. Enjoy that, play in this. So tomorrow, don't miss the class. We have a very crucial topic we are discussing. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमशिभ्यो परम ब्रह्मणे श्रुति मात्रे ओम तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु नमः. Thank you. 2 minutes for our yoga darshanam.